everybody, como estas? I just feel like having a little bit of chit chat with everyone who will be watching my video. Hi, my name is Abigail, and it is already past midnight, and I just like to share to you my insights about life. First and foremost, I'm a Christian and I'm proud and happy to be. And then I'm a Filipino also. That's why I am proud as well of being myself, because I can really appreciate life, how I could see love in every places. It's like, first, of course, being a Christian, I love God, and that's why it's easier for me to spread love around me because it makes me a loving person. Second, I'm a Filipino. That's why I appreciate that every time that I will be representing myself to others of how my image is, I understand that myself doesn't necessarily have to be a famous kind of person. It's just about being natural of how I present myself to the world that is around me in my society. And then what I want to share to you is my insight about life. It is that I've been active to be watching Preacher in Blue Jeans by Boss Sanchez, and that channel page on YouTube has inspired many people, especially from across the globe, not only in the Philippines. But to really notice that Filipinos are really in tune and in love with the faith and religion, it doesn't necessarily right away that we have limitations of what to believe in. But it is really always necessary that we believe the right things that we're supposed to believe. Because, for example, there are many people out there who might be believing the wrong things about themselves when it comes to image, or when it comes to lifestyles, or when it comes to relationships. Because I guess with my own life experience at my age of 26, I could understand life at a very meaningful way. It is like I wanted to gain many things that I desire the most. And then, with all of those desires, it includes material possessions, glory for my name, and as well to gain many friends or even fans. But then, what it all sums up with the love of life is in my lifespan and during my lifetime, how many people or how many lives could I be sharing my life to? That's why feeling by myself most of the time, because I rarely speak in public, I'd rather do this ways. Therefore, with however I try to extend or expand my communication skills to anybody who would be watching my video, I'd like to be happy to say and glad enough to say that I am very glad being a person of God first, and then secondly being a Filipino, and then thirdly just to become a person who's having a honest heart for the world. As if the whole world will be seeing me. But anyway, what is more important is I have to be honest with every action that I do, especially with my thoughts, with my words, and my activities, because what my habits will be are the summation of my character and my destiny. That's why it always reminds me about it's okay, the biblical scriptures of believe what is the right focus. And it is about whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is pure, whatever is right, whatever is lovely, praiseworthy, admirable, excellent. And that what you should be thinking about. Because with my own experiences, I have been through a lot of troubles in my own mindset. And that thing is very important. You must never lose your lapis lazuli, or some other people call it the third eye, that they might not really understand it right away, that there is such thing as the sense of the sixth or the third eye, but I believe so that there is, because we have the capacity to think. And with all of the senses that we have in our bodies are the mainly basic senses that we know: the eyesight, the hearing, the smelling, the tasting, and the touch. And the sixth sense is somewhat the thinking. And then the seventh would be something that is relevant to the thinking, and that is about faith, I guess. Because we were taught in the church that we don't need to necessarily go across the globe just to realize how beautiful God's creations are. Just like many of us would be dreaming of getting to London to see the Big Ben, getting to France to see the Paris, getting to Colombia to see the flowers there, the bougainvilleas, just like me, just like what I want to do, and also to go to many other places, to South Africa, America, or continents across the globe, like the 7 continents. Am I right that there are 7 continents or 5? Forgive me. Anyway, Australia is a continent, right? So anyway, I might not really argue about geography at all. All I know is the world is very gorgeous. Graphy. Thank you. And then, by the way, with what I'm talking about the senses that we must appreciate the most, is that how can we savor or really understand and enjoy life at every moment of our lives when we first forget that the value of God's creations are very beautiful, and it signifies already that it has significance that the world is already us. In our own body, we can consider it as a kingdom or a temple, and it is because the Holy Spirit is dwelling in our bodies. That's why we have our lives, right? That's why taking good care of it is very important, vital, and crucial, that we have to glorify the Lord with how we use our temples as an instrument for His peace, His love, and every wonders that the world needs to have, just like love. Therefore, with savoring life of how I understand life at my age, and with whatever capacity and ability and possessions that I do have in my life so far, I believe that it is just about really getting into the concept and context of love for self. And loving self must mean right away of never being selfish, because if you love yourself and if you love yourself very honestly enough that God is dwelling in you, then it is going to be easy to love the people that surrounds you, because it will already making you represent Jesus in the lives of others, because that is the calling of everybody. We must be Christ-like to each one of us, because how it be going to be a heaven kind of place on earth if we kind of set back of saying the right words and the kind words that we are supposed to say to our neighbors, because that's how love is. We can love God if first we love ourselves, because God must dwell in us. And then it must also be selflessness, because if we are selfish, then we only have to do everything into the expense of others. But if we love ourselves in a very selfless way, it will be easier that we share the love of God to everybody, because we become the instrument of love. And God said that the golden rule is supposed to be love the neighbors of yours as you love yourself. Because what you do to the least of my brethren, you do it also to me. That's why I think to love God is to do public service. Whether you get the fame of doing so, or you just be silent like a philanthropist who can give millions of pesos to give to the people who are in need. That's it, and that's my sharing for tonight. Thank you very much. Love you.